Hi guys, this is Jeff at Slavens Racing. This video is about how to install a Coober head pipe. So there's the head pipe right there. Beautiful piece of stainless steel craftsmanship. Beautiful welds. Has the bungs to fit the stock lambda sensors. Very nice piece. This weighs 2.75 pounds and the stock boat anchor, this one, weighs 5.75, so 3 pounds difference. That's a lot. It is down low, so it probably isn't going to make a big difference in the handling, but still, it's a lot of weight. One little detail over here that you might want to see, that's what the catalytic converter thing looks like. You can't tell me if that flows very well. So I think we're going to gain some serious horsepower with the combination of this and the Coober ECU. Okay, so the first things you have to do is you need to loosen up the two lambda sensors and remove them. So there's one here, there's one right there. So you can see that. And it takes a 22 millimeter open end wrench, or you could use an adjustable wrench on it. From there, you need to take the skid plate off. It cannot be removed without removing the skid plate, because the skid plate covers up the bolt head on this clamp right here. So I've already taken the back bolts out, but they look like this. They take a T30 Torx, and they're right up here, these two holes, here and here. So those are real simple. And then there's two other bolts. And the other bolts come in from the other side, and they've got nuts right there. I've already taken those nuts off. So there's one of the bolts. The other one's up here. I'll show you on the other side over here. So here they are over here. There's one of them. It's got backed out, and there's the other one. So the nuts are already off of them. I can just pull this right out of there. This is probably going to make some noise here. There we go. And wham bam, that's all there is to taking the skid plate off. It's just 4 bolts. You can have it off in a minute or less. From there, there's some, I've already taken them out, but up in here are 2 nuts that you have to take off. And like I said, I've already taken them off. That's what they look like right there. And those use a 12 millimeter socket. Kind of unusual. KTMs are usually 13s or 10s or 8s, but those are 12s, like a Japanese bike. So anyhow, take those 2 nuts off. So the nut that's on this side of the head pipe, on my side of the head pipe, you can get to pretty easily with a socket and an extension. The other side is a royal pain in the butt. So what I would do is I recommend that you remove the nut that's on this side, the one that's easily accessible. Remove it. That will take some of the pressure off the other one, because that plate will just flip out and make less tension on the one on this side. Now the one on this side, you have to come in from here, and I used a box end and an open end. So I would turn it, just a little bit, because you hit the fan right here. I turn it just a little bit, and then I couldn't get another bite on it with the box end, so then I'd have to change to the open end. So it's like a 1/8 of a turn at a time. So it takes a minute, but once you get it loosened up a little bit, then you can spin it off with your fingers. So those are the little tips for that part of it. But bottom line, it is super simple. You just loosen up this clamp down here and take the 2 nuts off. And then in the process of putting this new head pipe on, I found a tool that I'd been looking for earlier today, and that is a 1/4 inch drive long extension with a 12 millimeter socket and a 1/4 inch drive ratchet. With that, I was actually able to get up there to the 2 nuts that are at the top of this head pipe here. The nuts that hold that plate on. So I was able to do it without the method I already showed you of using the wrench. So anyhow, hopefully that'll make it easier for you if you have those tools. So the big heads up on this is inside of this muffler here, there's there's a ring in there. It's a big sleeve, actually. It's made out of a wire mesh and an asbestos-like material that handles the heat well. And you have to be careful when you're sliding this new head pipe in there. If you get a little cockeyed or something, you will damage that. You can kind of fix them if you've got some really aggressive sandpaper or something. I actually dinged this one up a little bit because I had taken this stock pipe on and off a few times for the video. So I went in there with some 80 grit and smoothed it out because I'd kind of created a little lip in there. So be really careful when you're installing this part because you can damage that sleeve. If you mess it up too much, you'll have to order another one. So once you get it in there, got everything tightened back up, you got to put the lambda sensors back in. I haven't tightened them both yet. And then put the skid plate back on. I'm not putting the skid plate back on this bike because I'm going to install a molecule skid plate, molecule plastic skid, which is much higher quality than the stock one. Gives you a lot better protection. So that's kind of it for installing the set pipe. It's pretty simple. It's 2 nuts and 1 bolt and 2 sensors, 2 lambda sensors to loosen up. It's pretty easy. And I think that's about all on this little project here. So I'm going to continue on with this project, and the next video will be on the Coober ECU. That's the one that guys are really waiting to see. And then I'll do a ride video as well. And the bike's going to get quite a few other things added to it also. So guys, if you would, please like us on Instagram and Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and get out and enjoy this beautiful spring weather. Get some throttle therapy. That's all for now.